to 10. How much do you believe this might be Tom Brady's last season?
Last year probably should have been his last season. But this was about Brady. Brady ego would not let him walk away. And the thing was, Skip, is that I don't know anything. Him winning another Super Bowl is not going to change your perception of him. If you believe he's the GOAT, there's nothing else he could do. You won't believe anything that he can do can diminish that. But this was about him. But I know this. He didn't come back to lose to P.J. Walker. He didn't come back to lose to Mitchell Trubisky, to lose 2 games in his last 2 games to third-string quarterbacks. That's not what he came back for. Last year, at this point in time, they had outscored their opponents by 86 points, 6-1. Now they're they're even, 3-4. And we played them in 2002, Skip, when I was in Denver, and they had just come off that Super Bowl season. Brady ain't come back for this, Skip. You don't put the kind of time in, the kind of effort, risk what he's risked, possibly his relationship, to come back and be fledgling, to be anything less than Super Bowl contending. Now, that's not to say they can't turn him around, but when you're like that guy, like a Manning, these great quarterbacks, Skip, losing gnaws at you because you know how much time that you put into it, how much you've invested, and how much is at stake. And so this might be the most miserable Tom Brady has been at any point in time in his career. Obviously, Skip, he tore his ACL and started 2007. That was an injury. But to play the game that he can impact, he's having a miserable. This is bad. And they're going to make the playoffs. They're tied. I mean, the division winner always makes the playoffs, and you get a home game. But you in the division with Atlanta and Carolina and New Orleans, come on. So they'll win the division and get a playoff game.
So you, Raiders, said they'll lose their home game?
It all depends on who they play.
Well, it's got to be somebody pretty great, right?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, you're going to be the wild card, so that means you're going to be on the road. I mean, they could get the Giants. They mess around and get the Cowboys. They go home. They're not beating the Cowboys.
No?
Cowboys. If they play the Cowboys, Tom Brady will not play next season.
Well, last time I saw them play the Cowboys, it was 19-3, and Dak stunk.
I promise you, that defense is even better now than it was then. They got 6 guys on that defensive line that go headhunting. He's not going to. Man, look here. Lou Gedeke, I don't know who else they got. They better get another 4 Tristan Wirfs in order to protect Tom Brady if they play the Cowboys again. That would not be a pretty sight. You should not want that for Tom.
All right. So the reason I believe Tom Brady came back wasn't because of his ego or whatever you say it was. It's because he loves to play football, and he was playing at a supremely high level because his peers voted him the best player in all of football at age 44. And Pro Football Focus graded him last year during the regular season the #1 quarterback in all the land. That's why he just said, well, why shouldn't I come back? Why should I stay home, Shannon Sharp? Should I just stop? Because what? Am I hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Am I stinking? No, I'm not stinking.
So in other words, you think Tom Brady is going to be able to throw 40 touchdowns for 5,000 yards until he's 47, 48? You just do it like that. That's what you're thinking.
All I know is he was playing at a supremely high level, at the highest level of any quarterback in football. And he just said, why should I stop now? I love doing this. I love the work. You got to the point where you did not love the preparation, the meetings, and all that goes into it. I think he lives for it. And he knows that if he stopped playing and gave in to what his wife and his kids wanted for him to stay home, it doesn't make him happy. And there could come a point where he'd say, you know what? I'm home and I'm not really happy because I know I could still be playing football. That was the dilemma that he faced and faced down, and finally said, okay, I give up. I'm going in. At the risk of losing everything, I'm going in to play football because I think we still have a really good team, and we have kicked Bruce Arians upstairs, which is what I wanted because it got a little crazy with him changing our game plans every Friday with his red pencil. Whatever Byron and I put together on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all of a sudden he's just red penciling through all of it. No, let's do this, this, and this. He got that out of his way. He loves Todd Bowles, and he thought it was going to work. Maybe it diluted the duties of Todd Bowles to the point that he can't focus on the defense the way he used to because he's not hands-on coordinating the defense, and maybe it misses him right now. So here's all I know. I picked him to win the Super Bowl, and I'm hanging in with it. It's a long shot. I well could be wrong about this, and you well could be right about this. But I can just tell you this. I will bet you that on Thursday night, you're going to see a whole new urgency in that the whole roster, because they had a game at Pittsburgh that they just mailed in because we got this, because they're decimated with injuries. They had a game at Carolina. They're unloading everybody on offense. It's no more Christian McCaffrey. It's no more Robbie Anderson. We got this. And they walk out, and it's like the old thing about you roll your helmets out on the field. And as Todd Bowles has said, we're still living in the fantasy of that we're still Super Bowl champ. Well, that was a couple of years ago now, right? It doesn't carry over. Nobody's afraid of you anymore. And obviously, P.J. Walker and that run game was not afraid of the Bucs defense. Well, all of a sudden, the Bucs got to realize we're just like everybody else now. And we got to deal with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens and their tradition on Thursday night. And we're on the solo stage. Welcome back. Here you are. And trust me, there's going to be new pep in the step. They're going to play scared, and I think they will play much better because you'll see urgency in everything that they do.
So in other words,
concentration.
You believe the last 2 weeks they played down the competition?
Way down. They didn't take either team seriously, and it's like, here we go. We'll turn it around today. No, you won't unless you do it. You have to go turn it around. Mike Evans has to catch the first ball, and then from there on, you got to concentrate. And Tom's got to be more locked in, and it's got to move, and the line has to block harder and concentrate harder. And then the schedule, I just looked down at. I got to tell you, ain't easy. They got the Rams at home, and I know the Rams are struggling, but that'll be a fight.
The defense can still get out the top.
And then they got to play Seattle in Germany, but look what Seattle's been doing.
Geno Smith might be the surprise of the season.
Okay, then we got a bye week. Will Gronk come back? I hope so. You think no, but I think yes. Can you get well over the bye week? Then they have to go to Cleveland, and then all of a sudden you got the Saints on Monday night, which is always a division rivalry, and you stink against the Saints at home usually. But then you have to go to the 49ers. And I know Mahomes blew him out yesterday after he fell behind 10-0.
But they can get after your quarterback.
Yeah, and then you got the Bengals at home, and the Bengals are cooking.
They're catching fire.
That quarterback is on fire.
And the receivers.
Okay, and then at Arizona, they have to get better because D-Hop's back, and they're just going to get better. And that's on Christmas Day. And then you finish with 2 games you should win. You got Carolina at home and at Atlanta, but it won't be a gift. But I'm just saying, this is hard, but they are capable. I still think there's enough talent if they start to get healthier in the defensive secondary. I'm sticking with them, and I'm sticking with their ability to fix it on the fly. But here we go.
Your quarterback's going to have to play better.
He's going to have to play better.
We can say the defense, and the defense, I thought the defense would be better than what they are.
Well, obviously.
I would concede that. But, Skip, he's going to have to play better.
He's going to, and I believe that he came back to play better. You're right. He didn't see.
He didn't come back to play like this, Skip. If this continues, Skip, he's not coming back. He's not coming back.
Remember when he said allegedly they're going to stick with that? Well, that's what he's thinking now about. I just lost to that. And that?
Yes.
With that word, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Trubisky and PJ.
Yes.
He lost to that and that.
Yeah. I love
a 10-point dog and a 13.5-point dog.
I got it.
Yeah. Joe Burrow looked amazing yesterday. 450 passing yards. That team is clicking.
Ooh.
Another one that's clicking pretty well, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Did Pat Mahomes prove he's the best quarterback in the NFL yesterday? Got to get you two to weigh in on this one when Undisputed returns.